Language development in young children follows a predictable path. Understanding the typical progression of language milestones can help us nurture the development of language in our children. Dr. Maria Montessori recognized that children are primed to develop certain skills and concepts more easily and naturally during particular windows. She called these windows sensitive periods. You can see in this chart that the sensitive period for language begins at birth and ends around age 6. During this time, children's brains are particularly receptive to learning language. As we discussed in a previous video, children from birth to 6 have an absorbent mind, and so they learn many skills effortlessly. During this time, children are constantly absorbing all of the language in their environment. This chart illustrates the typical milestones in language development. From birth, children are absorbing all of the sounds in their environment. Around 2 months of age, infants can distinguish a human voice from other sounds and will turn their head toward the sound of a human voice. By around 4 months of age, babies will focus intensely on the movement of a speaking mouth. Young children continue to focus on speaking mouths throughout early childhood. So it's very important that we look directly at children when we're speaking to them so they can observe how our mouths form various sounds. This lays the groundwork for reading in future years. Around 6 months of age, babies will begin to repeat single syllables. And around 10 months, babies become conscious that language has meaning and can begin to understand simple speech of adults. Around 1 year, children speak their first intentional word, and by around 18 months, they have several nouns in their vocabulary. By around 21 months, they can express themselves in simple phrases. Around the age of 2, children have an explosion of language. They begin to express themselves in longer phrases and simple sentences. They begin to pick up the grammar structures of the language and develop much larger vocabularies. Children spend the next 4 years refining their oral language skills. They continue to acquire vocabulary rapidly and internalize the grammatical structures of the languages that they are exposed to. During this time, children learn to use complex sentences to express more abstract ideas. By age 6, most children have completed their effortless oral language development, though they will continue to expand their vocabulary throughout their lives. Follow Montessori Collective on Facebook and YouTube for more videos and content about child development and how we as parents can foster our children's potential.